Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Those who know, do. Those that understand, teach. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living differ from the dead. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. It is not enough to win a war, it is more important to organize the peace. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. One swallow does not make a summer, neither does one fine day. Similarly, one day or brief time of happiness does not make a person entirely happy. Man is by nature a social animal. An individual who is unsocial naturally and not accidentally is either beneath our notice or more than human. Society is something that precedes the individual. Anyone who either cannot lead the common life or is so self-sufficient as not to need to, and therefore does not partake of society, is either a beast or a god. Learning is not child's play. We cannot learn without pain. Be a free thinker and don't accept everything you hear as truth. Be critical and evaluate what you believe in. Life is only meaningful when we are striving for a goal. The most important relationship we can all have is the one you have with yourself. The most important journey you can take is one of self-discovery. To know yourself, you must spend time with yourself. You must not be afraid to be alone. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Our problem is not that we aim too high and miss, but that we aim too low and hit. A fool contributes nothing worth hearing and takes offense at everything. Excellence is not an art. It is the habit of practice. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, isn't just an act, but a habit, and life isn't just a series of events, but an ongoing process of self-definition. At the intersection where your gifts, talents, and abilities meet a human need, therein you will discover your purpose. Happiness is a quality of the soul, not a function of one's material circumstances. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. A goal gets us motivated, while a good habit keeps us stay motivated. The intelligence consists not only in the knowledge, but also in the skill to apply the knowledge into practice. The hardest victory is the victory over self. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control and outnumbers both of the other classes. Tyrants preserve themselves by sowing fear and mistrust among the citizens by means of spies, by distracting them with foreign wars, by eliminating men of spirit who might lead a revolution, by humbling the people, and making them incapable of decisive action. Today, see if you can stretch your heart and expand your love so that it touches not only those to whom you can give it easily, but also to those who need it so much. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Doubt is the beginning of wisdom. The proof that you know something is that you are able to teach it. One may go wrong in many different ways, but right only in one, which is why it is easy to fail and difficult to succeed. We can't learn without pain. Only an armed people can be truly free. Only an unarmed people can ever be enslaved. First, have a definite, clear practical ideal, a goal, an objective. Second, have the necessary means to achieve your ends, wisdom, money, materials, and methods. Third, adjust all your means to that end. To appreciate the beauty of a snowflake, it is necessary to stand out in the cold. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. True happiness comes from gaining insight and growing into your best possible self. Otherwise, all you're having is immediate gratification pleasure, which is fleeting and doesn't grow you as a person. The high-minded man does not bear grudges, for it is not the mark of a great soul to remember injuries, but to forget them. Masculine republics give way to feminine democracies, and feminine democracies give way to tyranny. The fool tells me his reason, the wise man persuades me with my own. Wicked men obey out of fear. Good men, out of love. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Greatness of spirit is accompanied by simplicity and sincerity. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. Saying the words that come from knowledge is no sign of having it. It is not enough to win a war, it is more important to organize the peace. Laughter is a bodily exercise, precious to health. A tragedy is that moment where the hero comes face to face with his true identity. Life cannot be lived and understood simultaneously. If you see a man approaching with the obvious intent of doing you good, run for your life. Consider pleasures as they depart, not as they come. Before you heal the body, you must first heal the mind. What is the essence of life? To serve others and to do good. Courage is the mother of all virtues because without it, you cannot consistently perform the others. Find the good. Seek the unity. Ignore the divisions among us. Nature creates nothing without a purpose. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. Character is revealed through action. Worthless persons appointed to have supreme control of weighty affairs do a lot of damage. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Excellence is an art won by training and habituation. For that which has become habitual becomes as it were natural. Nature, as we say, does nothing without some purpose, and for the purpose of making man a political animal she has endowed him alone among the animals with the power of reasoned speech. The best way to avoid envy is to deserve the success you get. Whatever we learn to do, we learn by actually doing it. Men come to be builders, for instance, by building, and harp players by playing the harp. In the same way, by doing just acts we come to be just, by doing self-controlled acts, we come to be self-controlled, and by doing brave acts, we become brave.